Hello, torchbearers. It has been a moment on TikTok, on YouTube. Look, I'm not even used to it. And I wanted to do a pick-a pile. But if you don't follow me on TikTok, you should definitely check me out, Spirit Guide Apothecary, on all of my socials, TikTok and Instagram. You can check out the links down below. And I would love it if you find yourself here on my YouTube, if you wouldn't mind subscribing and hanging out if you enjoy. Give the video a thumbs up and a comment. Okay, so torchbearers, I have chosen 3 different piles here. And the theme of this reading is going to be about what spirit guide is currently with you and what cycle they are helping you close out. I will pull cards with each card that or each pile that I do, but right now I just have the one, what spirit guide. So use your intuition. I've got a tree agate, or moss agate, I'm sorry, here for pile 1. I've got a antique key which says rule, and the numbers are 757-6415. All right, and then I've got a feather. I'm actually not positive which bird this is from, so if you know, please put it down below in the comments. It's like white with a little brown or black spot on it, so I'm going to give you a moment. Okay, let's begin with pile 1. So you chose crystal. Just with that alone, I feel that you're probably utilizing the earth's energy to ground yourself during this, whatever this is. Whatever cycle this is. I am burning the moon spirit guide right now, which is about cycles and shadow, and often it's associated with the divine feminine. And we just experienced the full moon in Aries, so you could be really having a bit of intensity going on, which would make sense why you may be turning to some of these more nurturing type crystals. And I even have another candle going, which is orange, so you could be working with your sacral chakra, or maybe needing a bit of that grounding energy with all of these purples and blues being associated with your higher chakras. Okay, so let's see what guide. Oh, the elephant. I love the elephant spirit, and I love elephants. They're amazing, and I just, anytime I see their energy, I say thank you, because they are very much in need, and they're our memory keepers. I love the elephant spirit guide for clearing out any obstacles, finding a way of honoring your ancestors and working with ancestral work, while also still walking to the beat of your own drum. This is justice here, so you, wherever part you find yourself in your journey, you are closing out major karmic cycles and major just cycles in general, because we're talking so much about cycles. And with justice, it's going to go in your favor. So if you have any legal matters that are currently going on, or anything that is associated with contracts or things like that, things are going to go in your way, go in your favor. Truth, natural law, righted wrongs. See, righted wrongs. And so this is a major part of where you are in your current journey. So it's funny, because when justice comes up, oftentimes that means that there's a lot of unjust things currently going on in your reality. So just try your best to ground yourself, like we talked about, and to really call in the elephant spirit guide to help you feel strong. One of the things that I was told when I first got attuned to Reiki, was that when I'm doing sessions in the beginning, oftentimes we use our own energy. And that's not really good, because you don't want to be using your own energy to help heal someone when Reiki will do all of the work. And they'll do all the work. So it's a balance between channeling that energy, receiving that energy, and holding space for the energy to do exactly what it's meant to. too. Sometimes we think when we care so much, or when we're worrying about things, or we're thinking about things, or we're sending well wishes, and sometimes it's just that we're over adding to that pile of energy, right? And this is where that injustice could kind of be coming up. And so there's a more rhythmic way the elephant works. They're so in tune with frequencies, and they literally can feel vibrations through their bones. And so let's see what's going on. I lost my train of thought. I'll come back to it. I know there was something I was saying, but Spirit, bring it back if it's important, okay? We've got the Five of Swords in reverse here. So yeah, even the fact that, like, I feel like I did a reading right before this and my vocabulary was a little bit clearer. So you may be feeling a bit jumbled and a bit like, raise your hand, Mercury retrograde is over, but I still feel like the language of it, especially with this Aries intensity, is making it hard to communicate clearly. Things are foggy. Old limiting beliefs are coming back up with the Five of Swords. It's to do with air element, so it's mental. And with them being the memory keepers, I'm feeling with this being in reverse, it's like a fear of accessing a certain memory or going down a certain pathway. Nine of Cups, okay. I want to show you these upright so you can see them. Look how, like, judgy he looks in this deck. Like, he just looks like he's, like, shaming all of the abundance that you've put forward. So this is a father wound is what I'm getting, but it could be any type of energy that has scrutinized you for your accomplishments and created this lack mentality, leading to you not being able to fully appreciate the cups that you've brought forward. Look, oh my goodness, I never said look at the bottom of the deck and it's Five of Cups. I can't. Like, exactly. Five of Cups, and this 5, 5, 10, that adds up to 10, and that's completion. And it's also balance, like justice, right? You've got the scales, it's equal on each side, one being Five of Air in reverse and one being Five of Water in upright, with the Nine of Cups before that being in reverse. So it's making you, instead of being able to celebrate, you're off looking at these three cups that someone said weren't up to par. Drink water, because I do feel that's an important reflection here with so many cup energy, especially with spilt cups. So I want to see, okay, so we've got, this is a father wound for a lot of you here. And that is bringing up limiting beliefs again, and that it's bringing you into this state of being where emotionally you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling burnt out, and so you're feeling quite stagnant because you're just, every time you move or anytime you bring something forward, there's this resistance. The energy is not reciprocated. It's rather judgmental. Okay. But justice is coming, like we said. So, okay, I accidentally flipped that upside down, and I heard it as I did it. It was like, nope, it's right side up, which is interesting because it's the Nine of Swords. And so I do think that we're here reflecting again on old ghosts, old limiting thought patterns and beliefs. And look at all this yellow with the cups and with the outfit that they're wearing. Your solar plexus, your creativity, the things that you're creating, you just feel very much caught in your mental world. So this is where the elephant can really help. Back to the thought I said I think I remember in the beginning, I was talking about, thank you, Spirit. I was talking about, and see how things work around back to where it's needed. You just have to ground yourself through exploring the process, okay? Go back to basics. Elephant can help clear out some of the gunk that wasn't ready to go before, and they do it so beautifully because they have a way of remembering everything, but not holding on to the judgments and to the energies and frequencies of those memories that are not serving them. They move on from it. They grow, they evolve, they change. They grieve their dead. They bury their dead. They have funerals. And so they're a really beautiful representation and reflection of honoring memory, but moving forward and not taking those frequencies on, not taking frequencies that are not yours on, responsibilities that are not yours on. And when you succeed, it's for you. Okay, so you really have to make sure that the energy that's in your heart is celebrating with the energy in your mind, because your mind, you're living in your mind so much right now because your emotions feel not stable. So if your heart feels broken and your mind feels unsafe, where do you go? to your practices, okay? You go to your practices, you go to journaling, you go to whatever the practice is for you, you keep doing what you were doing. You don't start making crazy changes. You don't start pulling triggers on things that you weren't ready to pull triggers on before, because there's too much unsure. Your body's in fight or flight, whether it be that you're, so for some of you, I'm getting that you're closing out this cycle of your father figure's wound. Like you're literally closing this karma out. We talked about karma, justice. For a lot of you, that's what it is. But for some of you, I think it's more the at nighttime, the way you are emotionally showing up for yourself. For a lot of you, it did stem from this, but that's not the wound that is needing to be closed, okay? So let me tap the bell to give you clarity on that, because I want you to use your intuition like you need to do for every reading regardless, because it's all a reflection of your inner guidance system coming out to communicate with you, whether it be through a radio station. What can you tune into, right? What frequencies do you need to be tuning into? Now, this isn't obsessive tuning in, where you're looking always for some sort of sign to be making the right decision. Look, the devil. That is you, 111, as I say that, 1101. This is those voices that are getting you now to start looking and analyzing and critiquing and back into like, well, there's not enough signs for me to move. Bullshit. You know that what you've created is solid. If your heart and your mind is playing tricks on you, you just keep going with what you created. Man, pile one, is this for me? Make sure this is for you. Look, the tower and the devil. Maybe I would have picked pile one. This is probably a very big collective message that's coming up as well. And I want you to know that anytime you're getting a reading, regardless, you're resonating with the frequencies that I'm putting out. So if you found yourself here for whatever reason, you're in resonance with the energies and frequencies that I'm currently vibrating at. Because you're also doing that. So interesting. So the devil and the tower, I feel, is the last bit of this. I want the right word. Give me a second. Blue jay in the background. See, pausing for the confirmation from spirit. You hear it? Interesting. This is literally so reflective. I said I gave a reading right before this. This is so reflective. So I would go to my TikTok and watch the most recent reading if I've posted it, because I may not have posted it yet. I haven't yet, but it's about spirit animals as well. So I'm really just getting with this devil energy and this tower, like there is just not anything that you can control in this, okay? Like a lot of this is out of your control. So you have to just allow for it. Like the devil is going to try to make you feel like you could have controlled this, but this is so out of your control. It's not even funny. Like looking at it from this, like this is why justice is here. This is why all of this is happening. And I'm get the feeling to tell you also that though this tower is occurring, like you're so protected during this, like it's like really feel you see all this red here, and you even see the blue, and there's a mask. Like I'm getting like that you are like, you see the mask is giving me the reflection of like no one even knows who you are. Like Batman? Like I don't know, like like they're throwing energy at you, but they don't know you. So the energy can't even attempt to stick because the energy doesn't even make any sense. And this is on purpose. Like this is so that these scales can balance, and so that you no longer rely on the emotional or mental validation of anybody or anything. Even yourself. Wow, even yourself. Like you don't even need to be validating yourself. That's what this is closing out. To where you just understand that your energy and frequency is valid. And there is no more proving to yourself or someone proving to you or what experience is coming up. And it goes back to wounds of, well, because I really don't deserve, who am I to, what am I to be? Okay, pile one, this is it for you. I send you all my love, and I hope this resonated for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Pile two. Let me just shuffle this energy. Pile two. All right, what spirit guide is connecting with you right now, and what cycles are they helping you with? You've got the key, and I am getting with that You literally have the ability to open any doorway. This is very much feeling like a skeleton key, like the ability to open anything. And so I'm feeling like you'll know exactly what you want to open with it, though. So don't worry about, like, because you can open anything with it, just, like, have fun with it. Look at that. I was literally feeling like not to take it too seriously. Like, and here's this dolphin. Hilarious. Like, I love dolphin energy. Dolphin energy is so playful. Knight of Cups, wonderful representation for a dolphin. Young, playful, emotionally a little immature sometimes, but often that immaturity leads to a lot of fun, and can be balanced out because, you know, we don't want to be too much in the other direction, taking things too seriously. It's just perfect. So joy, true romance, and trickster. And with the dolphin here, I'm getting the echolocation coming up very strongly here. And so there's something about exactly, like I said, you would know exactly what to use this key for. So trust the vibrations and frequencies will literally make themselves known to you, because not every animal can pick up on echolocation, but there is something about your awareness, your emotional awareness. You're able to pick up on frequencies and how people are feeling. And so people may perceive you a bit young because of that, because you reflect back so clearly to them the immature ways that they are handling situations. But don't let yourself feel like that's the way that you're bypassing your own emotions, because I do feel like it almost is like you become too serious with the way you handle things, and you reserve this playful energy for the reflecting back to others. Okay, so let's see here. So joy, true romance. What's going on here with pile 2? We had one card flip out and stay in the deck. That makes me feel like you don't want to know. Nine of Cups. You may have picked another pile. Oh. And look how this fell. Okay, I'm going to leave it because this is definitely happening on purpose. Let's see here. One more. Thank you, Spirit. Bottom of the deck energy, the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, so the cycle that you're currently closing is the judgments from, I'm getting, okay, so look at Nine of Cups. Look how judgmental he is. And I'm feeling like emotionally there may have been a parental figure that was not very supportive of your creations or your way of showing up emotionally, especially with this Knight of Cups. They may have made you always feel too young, too naive, too, daydreaming, especially because of this Hermit card coming up here. It is very much like you aren't out and about enough. You're not being the star. You're not doing this. You're not being the energy we thought you were going to be. You're not using your key in the way we thought you should, because you're doing the work. This is what's beautiful, because if you were to be using that key, yes, the star is there. The star will always be there for you. And the star is all about nurturing yourself. So that's what I'm getting. The way you're using this key is, it's blocking you because you're blocking them from tainting your waters, okay? Because look at all these cups. They're over here judging all your cups, but you've got the star, the literal pool in which you gather all of the water from. And I am getting with the Hermit here that this judgmental energy oftentimes does put you into a bit of avoidance in social situations. But I think that right now this is a really important part of your journey. It's so that, confirmation burp, excuse me. It's so that you can reintegrate this young energy for yourself, like I was saying earlier. Because we have the Four of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. And interesting. And what the Four of Wands speaks to is a happy home. You look stable. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pillars of a wand, of wands that are giving you this beautiful portal into a envisionment of happiness and bliss. But because it's in reverse, I feel that you don't really, since you've never been reflected that, you don't really know how to see that that's what's coming. But you doing this inner work and going into this hermitage, and if you haven't been, this is a offering for you to take more time away from the judgments of these relationships. So if it's a father figure, a mother figure, a brother, a sister, any of that, a partner, anything, yourself, that is over here judging what you're creating and emotionally building, because the Nine of Cups is completion. with the star being here, it is like you've tapped into the well. And that's why I was like, you have a skeleton key. Like you've tapped into the well. You know how to support yourself. And so I am feeling like soon it is like getting to a point where okay, there's two groups of you I'm feeling here. One group, you've been in a hermitage this whole 2022. The other group, you started this hermitage in the last half of 2022, like this past like month, something along those lines. But I'm getting that for a lot of you, it's time to leave this cycle behind and to move on and to create your happiness. And for others of you, it's really time to take this work more seriously. And I like that I said more seriously when I told you to take everything more lightly, but it's funny. It's like what you're taking serious is not the people's judgments in your life, but rather your own working for yourself, like the workings you're doing with yourself, the energy that you're bringing forward. And you had the Two of Cups underneath that. And you are the second pile, which had the number 2. So I am feeling with that Two of Cups. Two of Cups speaks to harmony, a mirrored reflection, and with the Four of Wands here, like both of them are in reverse because you're not ready for those things yet. That's what I'm getting from it. This is what you're, like both of this came from the deck still. Like this is what you're in the process of. Like when you close this cycle out, this will be what you'll be able to create. But Spirit doesn't want you focused on this harmonious partnership and what the home and happy life or whatever is gonna look like. They want you focused on you. They want you focused on you. And on giving yourself all of this energy, bringing this inner child back out for you, bathing in your own light. Okay, you've got the lantern and the star here. You've got the star, which represents literal stars and like magic. You could even be someone that is a content creator or doing something similar to what I do because of this concept of like you going in a completely different direction. And okay. Who is this energy? You got to swim away from them. You got to swim away from them. There's somebody there is a person, place, thing, some sort of situation that has control over you and over your emotions and over your access to this star energy. So the world. See, things aren't going to come until this cycle is completed. Like, you see how things are reflecting in the deck. Like, the world staying inside. It's like you're closing out this hurt that is, like I said, you have never had that reflection in your life. That representation of what a happy home, what a mirrored relationship would look like. So oftentimes you're thinking of it from this hurt state of being. But what's funny is like when you are just, like I said, focused on you, this new cup will come. You don't need all 9 cups. This is like feeling like you don't want to cut your losses because you've spent so much time and committed so much energy. But cut those losses, cut these cords, really set up solid foundations and boundaries for you, so that you can reflect and see yourself in the light that is true. The echolocation coming up yet again here at the end, but in this reflection here of the light, it's like really, really the thing that makes you feel younger. I said this in my other reading. The thing that makes you feel younger, go towards it. Like if it makes you feel like, ooh, that's exciting, like it gives you tingles, go for it. Okay? Because there is like that's a choice. That's a choice that you are here to make at this time in your journey. Like, I choose to go for the things that light me up, okay? That make me feel like I'm on fire in a good way. Okay, Pal 2. Good job. I'll see you in the next one. All right, Pile 3. All right, Pile 3, let's do it. Let's see, you chose the feather. And I am feeling like we'll have some mental patterns that you're closing out. Let's see what spirit animal is working with you and what cycles they are helping you to close out currently. We have got the raven, look, feather, bird. And they are the magician in this deck, and I love that. I do really love the raven as a representation for the magician. All 4 elements here represented. And alchemy, manifestation, willpower, that's what it says here on the bottom. And it's all very much giving me the way that the raven works. You know, ravens are known to hunt more than crows. And that showed me, like when I was working with their energy, that they don't wait for opportunities to arise. They seek them out. And through that seeking out, the right and, let's say, best or highest good opportunities will show up. Because they don't have to, they understand that they don't chase, they attract, but they create more opportunities by seeking in the direction that they're wishing to be. So oftentimes they will fly into a direction that doesn't make any sense, but I can't. They will fly you in a direction that doesn't really make any sense in order to bring you to somewhere that literally is so magical and so like you'll be blown away when you're like, wow, you look back and you're like, wow, I'm so glad this happened the way that it did. 3 of Swords here. There is a lot of sadness and grief that I am getting with this card. Obviously, the 3 of Swords gives that, but I am picking it up intensely that it is not even your grief. I feel it is a parental figure's grief. Why did parents come up with every reading today? If that resonates for you, whoa, I would say that ask your guides, ask the raven to help you release and alchemize any of this grief that isn't yours at this moment for your highest good. But that doesn't mean that's going to be as simple as that, because you're going to have to deprogram the belief that you think it's yours and recognize, that's where Raven will help, what is and isn't yours. This is where putting every belief you've been operating under a microscope can be very powerful, like really analyzing it a little bit intellectually at this time, but not through the heart, because right now your heart is broken. You're feeling very much emotionally, 5 of Cups on the bottom, you're feeling very much emotionally like you can't make any decisions. So this is where the King of Pentacles is coming in, get into the 3D things. Sounds crazy to say with the Magician being here, but it does feel very much like, where can you focus on what you're building. So this could be like putting your energy emotionally into your business right now, as opposed to and this doesn't mean like for the long haul, I just mean to get yourself clear of some of the initial pain that's coming up in this cycle right now. And this doesn't mean avoiding it, because you do need to feel it, but I have this feeling that you've been in this 3 of Swords for a moment now, for a couple months now. And so it is slowing down a lot of, it is slowing down your forward progress in the material ways. And in feeling stable, it's making you feel very unstable. But the Fool, look at that. Didn't I say, like, put your energy into something that makes you feel very happy, and like not something that feels very hard. Like the Fool being here. 8 of Pentacles. Look at this. I mean, it's just speaking, I don't know how much you know about tarot, but just like the actual cards here are telling a very clear story of just like shifting where you're pouring your cup right now. Because you can only pick at a wound so much, okay? You can only heal so much, and then you need to allow it to scab over and to do the healing that's necessary. Like, you've already pulled the swords out. You can't just sit there and stare at the healing wound and be very much, well, like, I'm getting victim mentality, and I want to say that in the most loving way, because we all have the victim archetype within our system, and we all come back to that in times of our life, okay? And it is okay to have those energies, but where it becomes a detriment to your journey is when you are pouring into that energy and making something out of it that isn't true. This is why I think going to the things that are really physical, concrete in your life, and being a little more intellectual, even though you don't have any sword, It's funny because you do have the sword, but you don't have any, like, I don't feel the Ace of Swords here. I'm not feeling anything like a new idea. It's very much like where you've already been working. So that may not be what you want to do or want to hear, but it is leading to a new beginning that you don't quite see. You're so focused on building emotionally. But what's the thing is, like, you can only have so many roots in an emotional foundation before that foundation is already as solid as it can get. Whereas with physical things, you can really stabilize and solidify things even further. A really interesting reading coming up here. Take how it resonates. Look, the Lovers here in reverse. Okay. Ooh, 10 of Cups on the bottom. Interesting. And I don't want to misinterpret. I don't want you to misinterpret the feelings that I'm getting here. The frustration that I'm feeling is very much for you, because I feel like this energy that you're dealing with is very, like, fuckboyish. I don't know how else to describe it. Player, energy. Like, I don't know. Something is really pulling at your heartstrings. There's a big emotional thing. But what's really crazy here is that while they've had you working so diligently to put this relationship or this situation in balance, you have on the subconscious levels been working towards a new beginning, and all this work you've been putting in has really been on your heart, and they're perceiving it. And I don't want to make it seem like they're, like, negatively. They just think that you're never going to go. They think you're never going to leave. They think that they have you in the perfect position, and they think that they keep you stable, and that eventually they will provide, when they're ready, the 10 of Cups. But the thing is that what's really funny is I think that you already are moving on in a lot of ways. And if you pick this pile intuitively and this isn't resonating for you, because this really, there isn't I'm trying to look at it in another way, but I'm really thinking that there is some sort of relationship. It could be a friendship, any kind of relationship. But again, with, this is giving narcissistic behavior because of the, like, toxicity with the Three of Swords here, and almost the manipulation of the Eight of Pentacles coming up, like you being in reverse here with the King of Pentacles. I'm getting very much like dangling your desires over you, making you feel stupid, making you feel small. So if this is resonating for you, please, please, please really honor your truth and continue to build towards your freedom, because I think that there is a beautiful path for you that you don't even really see. There is a completion there is an emotional staple also. Someone will really appreciate the work that you put in, the sacrifices that you make, but make sure you're making those sacrifices from a place that is not, like, there is cooperation and collaboration and compromise is the word I was really looking for. But when it's really more self-sabotage and victim, energy, it's like the only way you'll really be able to move on from this is if you accept, like, that this is not yours and move through. Like, there is no, like, further lessons in this is what I feel. But I mean, use your intuition. I want one more card. Seven of Pentacles. It's like, do I want to walk away from everything I've built? Yeah. Yeah. Two of Wands. Where would I go? How would I do it? Seeing too many possibilities, so not moving. Queen of Pentacles, you create the stability with every movement, every place that you go, every cycle you close out, like, you will be provided for. So trust in that. Like, you are the queen here. Like, this is an illusion. Eight of Swords, like, break free. You have the capability to untie yourself and walk away and walk out of this ring of swords, okay? It is an illusion that is keeping you trapped in this energy, thinking that you aren't able to create freedom. Look, the Magician, yet again, coming out here, like, and the Devil. Wow. And the Nine of Cups. This came up in every reading. Whatever energy is around you is stopping you from really receiving from Spirit. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Star, the King of Cups, and I don't want you to think that it will miss you. You're manifesting it. You're creating it, but this is the Devil energy that you've got to say no to. This is the judgments and the scrutiny that you've got to say no to. No more. No more. I'm not getting on that train. I'm following a new beginning. I'm manifesting in a new way. I am treating myself as a queen. I am no longer hammering at these wounds with you. All right, pile 3. That is everything I have for you. I hope that resonated. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for subscribing. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all soon. Mwah.